Hello. Hello, chat. Wow. All right. Good to see you all. We are having a special week tonight. Sorry about last week. We had stuff and things we had to do, but we are now finally back. And hopefully, with my new screen set up, things are going to be going okay. Last week, well, 2 weeks ago, in Stormlord's Wrath, the group of travelers have taken several steps to secure a trade with Leylon and the tribe of lizard folk in the swamps nearby. They moved on to investigating the hauntings at the Tower of Thalavar with the help of an undead expert cleric named Dario. I can't say it any other way. They held a seance and talked with Thalavar's fairy companion, who mentioned laying his bones to rest. Thalavar had summoned a creature from another plane for every night he was haunting, and 3 of them ambushed the unsuspecting group, bringing 2 of them down and the rest near death. At last, the creature's form from another plane were defeated, and Galio lay unconscious. The group rushed, carrying their friends, to find Marigold at the shrine. Waking her from sleep and also waking and telling Griselda what had happened, they searched frantically for diamonds to cast a resurrection. They talked to Aubrey, who tries to help in his own way by entering the place where the souls are sitting. Vilfin and Xenora are meeting and talking with old friends and loved ones from their past, talking about what has happened to them and asking questions they've long wondered about. Zenithor, finally seeing no other way, throws the bottle of powder he got from the lizard folk into the campfire, summoning them with colored smoke. It takes a while to get there, but the tribe's leader and partner arrive with some guards as promised. The team pleads with them for help finding a diamond and receive them on word that they will trade for more in the future. Griselda holds off the guard from the lizard folk before hostilities grow, and they rest the dead on the pews of the shrine as Marigold prepares for the 2 ceremonies. She tells them they need to give offerings to tie the spirit to this plane, and asks them to take time to think of something to say or do or give that means something to them. Dario, looking worse for wear and seeming to have aged considerably in the tower, is restored to health but must travel on his way, not before helping to prepare for the ordeal that Marigold must face to find the soul tethers and bring them slowly back to Vilfin and Xenora. Now, Celicia and Hussein have come to the small shrine. Celicia is there with Marigold. Dario has left on his way home. Hussein, as his render, Slosh, and 2 guards have walked up and placed themselves at each side of the door to the Shrine of Lathander, looking very menacing in appearance, their orange and yellow frills standing straight up, their spears at the ready. The villagers have tried to make excuses to come up early to wake up and see the shrine and look at the newcomers, and murmur has spread across the settlers' camp, casting looks at the door's guardians. The sun is slowly rising. My goals aren't working, though. And Celicia has walked in, and she lowers her purple and yellow frill as she sees her friend Xenora and her friend Vilfin, who has stayed with them. And she slowly brushes the mane and touches Vilfin's beard and kind of straightens them up and looks solemnly at Marigold as she's telling people what to do. She's rushing to get things laid out. She's asked that the 2 bodies be placed head to head with their feet in opposite directions on the ground in front of the Lathander shrine. And she has put some candles and symbols of rebirth and drawn around on the ground some runes. Griselda Copperrot is making her way to the shrine with 2 guards of her own. Let me get a feel for where Radalac, Zenithor, and Ema are at this moment. She's told you guys to prepare a little. What do you think you would be doing? We'll start with Ema. Would you be helping out?
Ema will be helping Marigold.
She would be helping. He would be helping Marigold. Radalak?
He'd be trying to help, but also trying not to get in the way. You know, that awkward, I can help, and then like, oh, no, I'll stay anyway. Like, yeah. Not sure what to do with himself.
And Xenora, what do you think you would be doing right now? In this moment?
Never seeing anything like this before. Nate kind of feels he's out of his depth and just goes outside. Not too far away, enough to know when it's time to come in, but he's just going to go outside the door and just sit down back against the wall of the shrine, of the building of the shrine.
As the clock chimes in the shrine, you're going to see Griselda coming first with the two guards. She looks at both of the lizard folk, and the guards look like they don't want to look at these guys. One's jaw tightens, the other's kind of standing wary, and the two lizard folk are kind of narrowing their eyes, like a standoff almost. But Griselda's like, knock it off. You. And she points at Xenora. I need to talk to you and the other two inside briefly. And
Yes, ma'am.
She walks in. She points at Radalak and Ema as well and says, come here.
Yeah.
I want you guys to, I'm going to say something briefly, and then I'm going to tell you something to do, and then I'm going to leave. You see that tower? You left Galileo unconscious in that tower. We've brought him down to the camp. The swords of Leyland died because of that tower as well, and they don't have diamonds. And you see all those graves outside where the villagers were too late to save? They were all full of hopes and dreams. If I had a diamond mine, obviously I'd be one happy dwarf. And so would they, because I'd resurrect every single one of those people worthy of this town. And Marigold, she's about to risk herself doing 2 resurrections at once. On little sleep, and she needed that diamond for her own personal reasons. And she's determined to resurrect you guys, your friends, or else I'd forbid her to do it, because there's a lot of people that need saving. You'll be building her a house. One she wanted with an apple tree in the front. You'll build it to her exact specifications. Then you'll pull your heads out of your asses and you'll get to the bottom of this Talos uprising. I'm going to talk formally to this lizard folk leader. And I'm going to pay your debt, because I'll give them food and goods, and you will be paying me. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. And Radalak will bow.
I'm going to return and check on Marigold and make sure she's okay. After that, in the morning, come to the docks and to the council, and we'll see what's happened. She turns and she leaves. If anyone wants to catch her, now's the time. If not, she's going to motion to her guards and move them out. So, as she does this, Marigold comes up and she's like, okay, there's a very loyal follower. His name's Jack Torver from the church, or the shrine. He comes every day. He's gathered some people to help chant and keep us focused. I'm going to talk with them, and you guys give yourselves a moment to find whatever you want to say. And come back here when you're ready, and then we'll start. All right? Just give yourself some time and think of something that would keep your friend here, because we want to lure them back. It's very tempting to stay sometimes. And she pats Ema on the shoulder. She has to reach up to Pat and kind of nods at all of you and walks back in, hurrying around, making some more writings. You three are free to do or talk to each other or say what you need to say and get stuff done.
Radlack will look at the other two and he's like, this is a lot, huh?
It's something I've seen many times on the battlefield, but not where we are seen as the bad guys.
Yeah. She's right. Griselda's right. And the only way we can try and make any of that better is to be better. To do better.
I disagree with what she said. We've done nothing but bend over to help the town. We've got 2 diamonds, so Marigold does not need to use hers. I'm not asking her to pay off our debt. These are choices they are making. However, we're going to be the ones that are going to be paying for those choices.
Undoubtedly.
This town has my sword. I promised and I vowed that on the day that we fought.
How are you doing, Emma?
I'm glad you two are here with me. And I hope everything works out.
And you, Emma? How are you?
I don't know.
And that is okay. That is perfectly okay. You don't have to know. I know for some of us here, this is probably, you know, we've all experienced loss in some shape or form. Now, I've only heard a little bit of your stories, and I hope one day that I'm able to sit down with you and learn and understand. But today is not about loss. What we're about to do is going to show this town the strength of this group, this team, and as I will call it, this pride. And whatever happens, if you all want to leave afterwards, you have my blessing. But I'm hope that whatever happens after what is about to happen, that we stick together and we see this through.
Radlac walks up behind Nate, puts his hand on his shoulder. I'm here. Come what may.
And Nate will put both his hands, one on Radalac, one on Ema, and then look down towards Vilfin and Z.
All right. You have some time to yourselves to prepare. Does anyone want to narrate what they're going to do, or do they want to keep it to themselves until it's time?
Nate is pretty much ready to go. He doesn't need any time to prepare. He's had enough time to reflect. So when the time comes, he is ready.
And Radlac too.
Ema will go to Marigold and basically say, are you sure that you're going to be right with us?
I think so. I think it's best if we just do them both at the same time. I think the chances would be better, and we can focus more, but I've never done that, so I'm a little nervous. But we have, her, I forgot her name, and we have you, and I'm sure we can find the tethers. It'll be fine. And maybe you'll learn how to do it as well in case you're out in the field and, something happens.
Is there any way that you can draw from me?
Oh, well, I probably might have you go first, and then you can help me, kind of. I can touch your shoulder and touch the Lisa's, I think, and then we can help find it. More power.
Take from me all you need.
Okay. I'm not sure which diamond to use. Should we use the ring or just the two? Maybe I should lay them all together.
Will Nate overhear that?
Probably. If you're standing in the shrine together.
I don't know how it works.
You already sacrificing enough by assisting us in what we need to do. So, you keep your ring.
Well, I mean, we'll have an extra no matter what, I think. So if I lay him down, maybe the strongest will go that way. It's to capture the tether, and yeah, it'll be good.
Nate can feel her nervousness, and he will just walk over and just put a hand reassuring paw on her shoulder.
This huge paw on this tiny halfling shoulder, and she's like, oh, yeah, yep, thank you. And she gives a big hug, this tiny hug, but it's to her, it's a big one. And she squeezes, which is like nothing to you, around the waist. And then she just nods. And
when she releases, Nate will bend down and quietly say thank you.
Yeah. Don't thank me yet. Thank me later. And she's going to go over. She's got Jack Torver, who comes up. He's this like shaggy mop-haired blonde, tall, kind of gangly. He's an adult. He shakes your paw without asking, and he's just like, "Nice to meet you." And he touches Rattleaxe and he shakes Emus. I hope you don't mind my singing voice. It's not that great, but, you know, it's Lathander who needs to hear it, so... I'm here when you need me, Marigold. And, she goes over to the altar, and Celicia, like, her frill goes up when she's at attention and someone's talking about her. But she's mostly looking at Vilfin and Xenora, and if anyone were to notice with a passive above 10, they would see that she has gripped both of their hands, and she's kneeling and just holding their hands this whole time that this has been happening. Xenora and Vilfin feel a tightness around their right hands. Not sure why. It's almost like there's a breeze there, but it's kind of a warm one. And as they start up, the people in the village, some of them, have started outside. They're going to start playing some drums. Jack's in front of them. And they start chanting. Marigold asks Rattleaxe, Zenithor, and Ema to stand like in front of one side of the two laying down, and Celicia and Marigold are on the other side, kind of holding hands. The music from the people outside starts to come in, as they're used to singing to Lathander on some mornings, and you'll hear them sing about the god of the day as they carry on. Marigold's going to motion over to Ema to come forward, and she's going to kneel. Marigold's going to kneel down as you step forward. Is there anything that you would like to do for, let's Vilfin first?
Emma will move forward and he'll say, "Vilfin, you are like a brother. I have no sense of value, so I cannot say what I can give. But I will give you myself, as I will to Xenora, if you stay with us. That is all I have to do."
Roll a persuasion for Vilfin. Five. You guys are allowed to use your inspirations on your rolls. I can't use my inspiration on my roll.
Can I use the advantage?
Yeah. Just one, yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's not much better.
5 it is?
No, it's 6.
Oh, it's... Okay.
Better than that, guys.
And for Xenora, did you want to say the same thing, or do you say something different to her?
And I'll move over to Xenora and say the same thing.
Saying the same thing? Alright, we'll give you one more persuasion roll for Xenora. See what she would think of it.
6.
As you have said your words, Marigold gestures you, Ima, over to their side of the two bodies laying on the ground to come near Marigold so she can put her hand on your shoulder. Do you go?
Yes, I'll go and put my hand on her shoulder as well.
We go over to Xenora and Vilfin briefly. These words seem spoken from your mentor, but the face flashes of Ima a little bit as he says those words to you while you two are talking. And for Vilfin, it flashes Ima over Mavina's face as she's talking to you. And Aubrey sees this, and then he looks behind him, and a misty door is starting to appear. One with Leonin symbols for Xenora, and one with dwarven runes across the doorframe for Vilfin. For Xenora, this woman in armor, who I have a picture of in Foundry, comes out of the door and stands guard. She stares at you with this countenance, but stays silent. And your mentor Leo and Aubrey don't really seem to make an expression for or against her. I don't believe you have seen the woman at the tower, so you would not recognize her. For Vilfin, you see a different person. He has a lute near his other side, which isn't showing in the picture. And he comes and stands outside the door, smoking and staring at you. And they seem to just be waiting for now. As we move back, Marigold hears the chanting outside once again and motions toward Radalak to say something.
So Radalak will move forward. Vilfin first. And puts his hand near Vilfin and says, I've been told I need to be strong all my life and have failed to measure up. I was weak when I needed to be strong and lost everything I had. And Redlac will unclip the shield from his back. You gave this to me, a shield to protect me, but also a shield to help me find my own strength. You all make me strong. But now I need you to be strong too. I need you to come back and take the fight to the Legion with me and to this so-called God of Storms. And I would like to rage.
You do so.
Alright, so I don't think my weird ragey thing's gonna do much, but what do I do? Oh, I can teleport, so I'm probably not going to teleport anyway. So you need to come back. We need you. I need you. Otherwise, the next door I'll come knocking on will be yours, Lathander. And he looks up. And I will show you how strong I've become. Because I will not let you take him without a fight.
I would say that's an intimidation roll with raging.
19 plus 3, 22.
Woo! That would be a success. And for Xenora, as you move over to her,
So as he moves over, he pulls out the pipe that Xenora gave him. think I once told you a turtle saved my life when I was down and out. Boker was a strange fella, a druid like you. Hell, he set me on fire from time to time too, I think just for laughs. Boker gave me my first pipe, but he also gave me a glimpse at hope. Hope that things could get better. Then I met all of you and, well, things didn't always go so well. That time with the manticore and the fireball necklace. We've had some great times and done amazing things. You have given me a life I thought I'd never have. But most importantly, you gave me hope. Hope that I could find my family and bring them back safely. But we aren't there yet. We haven't finished what we started. You aren't finished. It's time to get back to it. And he places the pipe on Xenora, and he says the elven word for hope, which is Estelle. I hope you can hear this. I hope you can come back to us. Come back.
I feel like that's more of a persuasion. Even though you're raging, I feel like you're persuading.
Yeah.
So.
$16.
16? Alright. Again, Xenora and Vilfin, as you... It sounds very odd for Leo to be talking about him having a mentor named Boka. Something's odd. And you see Radalak flashing. And you're not sure if you're getting a memory or a dream. But you take it all in. And Vilfin, same for you. You hear these words from Radalak as they're coming in. Mavina's accent first, and then Radalak's accent with the faces flashing. And you see the bard kind of ready himself in a stance. And you see this warrior woman ready herself in a stance. Mavina says, I'm about to be making your favorite boar stew. Remember that? You used to love it. You said it was like no other. The smell would travel and you would know you were home. I'll go and get it ready. And Leo starts to talk to you, Xenora, and says, you know, I was the godfather for Silesia's egg. Did you know that? And now you're going to be the godmother to her egg. I find it very fitting. And you see on his necklace there's a torn leonin ear around that he pats and chuckles to himself as he thinks back and pats your hand warmly. And we go back to Zenithor. Marigold motions you forward to stand in front of them.
Nate looks at Vilfin first. You accepted me without question. You accepted me without knowing who I am, what I am, and what I'm capable of doing. Most people who would see me fear me, but you didn't. Then we fought side by side for the first time. And it was then I saw the real Vilfin. I saw someone who is strong, someone who is determined, someone that will not back down from anything, and quick to defend those that is close to him. And the more things we encountered along the road, the stronger that I see you. While we have not had much opportunity to discover each other, I remember the first words you said to me, and that is that you would fight with me no matter what. And he removes his shield. I did see you eye this off. Obviously, it tickled your fancy. And he puts it next to Vilfin. The dwarven lady that created this symbol, you would like her. And I think you two have a lot in common. She tried to swindle me, you see. But I can play those sort of games as well, and she was a lot of fun. I owe her a drink. I owe you a drink. So maybe when you return, you can meet her and we can share those drinks together. And this time, I'll drink you under the table. You're a good man, Vilfin. And if you find your way back to us, you have a brother for life. And Nate will then just bow and just wait for a moment before finishing.
That would be a persuasion roll, please.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Marigold nods at you and smiles. Silesius watching all the hand gestures that Marigold makes, and as daylight is starting to come forward and the birds are starting to come out, she motions towards Xenora.
Radlack's going to walk up behind Nate, put his hand on him. We can bring them back, and I'll bolster magic, which will give you a D3 to any ability check you make in the next 10 minutes.
When Nate feels a Radalac hand on him and the power or the energy that surges through his body, Nate closes his eyes for a moment. And he hears in his head words that were recently spoken to him. And out loud he says, Paladins have to make decisions no one can make and go where no one wants to go. And then he looks down where Z's laying and says, and so does a golden claw. I know you said I don't need to protect Thea or you anymore, but come on, Z. Don't you think you've taken this a little bit to the extreme? And then he sort of kneels down and does a little playful punch in the arm. But you promised me that we would conquer Talos and his forces together. Are you now going to break that promise on me? A Golden Claw does not go back on their promises. You didn't fight for your freedom to walk away from the pride as a free Leonin to fall here. Get up, fire up, and come back and finish what you started. Because you have 3 prides to come back to. You have this group. Who is going to tell Ema to separate her grass from her coins? Who is going to ask Radalac if he knows what ominous means? Who is going to set fire to Vilfin's beard and join him on his morning rituals? And what about Falcon and the puppies? Are you going to forget about them? And then there's Celesta. You're going to be a godmother to her eggs. She would not have asked you to do that if she did not believe you could be their protector. And then there's us. Thea. And me. The Golden Claws. We are family. Believe it or not, you are a mother to us all. While you are infuriating when you just get in your firing up mode and just react, not think, be irrational and reckless. But this is what makes you Xenora Golden Claw. And this world will lose the eternal flame that is essential. It is not your time to be snuffed out like this. You are a force of nature. You once said this to Thea. Death is a part of life. The only thing you really get to choose is if you die fighting. And what are we? Leonin. And more importantly, of the Golden Claw. Father was right. No cub of his will be a breeder. And do you remember this? You know you can win, Z. Nate, I love your confidence, but we both know I am a pawn to be used. You will win, Z. Just be you. And lastly, you know what tomorrow is, right? So, what are you going to do, Xenora Golden Claw? Tell me! No! Better yet, show me. Show me, Xenora Goblin Claw. What are you going to do?
Roll intimidation.
Before he does that, he will reach out and remove a small pouch and places it onto in Xenora's other hand. And inside the pouch is sand that Nate collected on the day that she fought for her freedom. And my intimidation check.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Nice. All right. As the music outside is going, the drums are going, Marigold closes her eyes, putting both hands on Silesia and Ema, and starts to sing, because that's how she can chant the words. She's a halfling. She likes to sing in halfling song. And she starts to chant the resurrection. Silesia, with her free arm, puts the diamond ring and the diamond extra on one, and the diamond on the chest of the other, and sits back and closes her eyes. Emma, you see them both close their eyes. Do you close your eyes as well and try to focus?
Yeah.
All right. As she does this, she's searching for a tether. She's looking for Vilfin and Xenora. Her mind gets to a mist and darkness, and she sees lots of wisps floating around. She's trying to hone in on just the right two. We're gonna move toward Vilfin and Xenora. Nora, you see this shift of your mentor from Zenithor to your mentor and all that he's saying. And when he stops, he looks very tired. He sits down on a bench. Aubrey's still standing there, and the woman behind you by the door is still standing at the ready. Is there anything you'd like to say as this is all happening?
I see they're trying. They're cool. I'm not finished yet. I still have a promise to keep to you that I haven't kept. I'm sorry, Leo. I should have done it sooner. I don't see what's ahead as being the end. That's hell. That is hell for me. I went down not fighting. I don't like that.
Most Leonins don't.
No. And she'll lift up underneath his thing for the ear. I had a funny feeling when I left that that is what happened. Thank you, Leo.
Oh,
And she's gonna give him a big hug.
he hugs you back. We're going to make our roll. And he gives you a hug, and he motions to Aubrey and nods. Aubrey nods back, and Aubrey's like, Xenora, meet Augusta Krull. And he motions to the woman at the door.
Ah, I think I've seen a painting of you.
And she just nods. She's not much of a talker, but she's gonna help you go to where you need to be. And I'm gonna take my leave, fair maiden. And he bows,
Thank you, Aubrey.
kisses your hand, and walks through the door to wherever he needs to go. Vilfin, I'll switch to you very quickly. Mavina, you smell the stew bubbling that only Mavina can perfect. It's almost like you'd forgotten it for all these years as it's coming back. Is there anything, as you hear her speaking with a little inflection of Xenathor to you? It doesn't make sense coming from her, but she says it nonetheless. And is there anything you'd like to say or do?
Vilfin's just standing there at this point, a little confused. That smell's just, it's really gripping him. And the thought of sitting down to a meal with her and having a drink, working at the forge, it's very compelling to him. And he's extremely torn right now. He's just standing, looking at this thing standing by this door. He knows what it is, not sure who it is. Doesn't like it. And he's just standing there confused, not really saying anything at this point.
Aubrey looks at you and says, meet Ogre Ninebeards. He is a bard. He does actually a pretty good bard. And he just kind of stubbles out his cigar on the ground and kind of just looks at you and nods. Aubrey's like, he doesn't talk much, but, you know, kind of odd for a bard, actually, now that I think about it. He's here to help you where you need to go.
Wilford just let out a frickin' bards.
The bard just looks at you and just this is gonna be loud.
Sound of dwarven metal.
Dwarven metal on the forge. Vilfin, are you gonna come in to dinner? And you see Aubrey look at you and reach out a hand, and it flashes from him to Marigold and says, take my hand, it's time to go. What do you wish to do, Vilfin?
One moment. Vilfin looks at this dwarf standing in front of him, seeing Marigold's face, resonates with him a little bit. Turns back towards the forge, the sound of the forge in his ears, the smell of the food, knowing that his wife is there. He hasn't seen her in years, not sure if he's even still alive at this point, and is completely torn. He's really struggling to decide where he needs to be. He turns slowly towards the forge, looks at it, takes 2-3 steps towards it, gets to the doorway, the threshold of the doorway, takes a deep breath in, smelling the soot burning coals. And then turns back, just looks over his shoulder at the dwarven bard, and just quietly, I'm sorry, but I'm not done here. I'll see you soon.
Wherever your heart is, Vilfin, you know that's where home will be, and I'll be in it. I'll see you soon.
Love. See you soon. And he'll slowly turn and take the dwarf's hand.
Augusta reaches out her hand, and you see a flash of marigold. Come, take my hand. It's time to go. Do you take her hand?
Am I seeing? So I'm seeing flashes of marigold.
Flashes of marigold, flashes of Augusta.
Well, I'm going to give Leo a big hug. I'm going to go. I think it's time to change my face, spirit. I love you, Leo. I'll meet you again after the battlefield, and I'll take Augusta's hand.
Love you too, Xenora. You say hello to those eggs for me. And as you reach, you feel this wave of light hit, and you hear the chanting of the music from the people of the Church of Lathander coming in. And the three of you, with Marigold and Cilicia, you see a gasp for breath as Xenora breathes in once more, and the diamond fills with fog and shatters on her chest, on her leathers, and there is no breath from Vilfin for a while. He stays very quiet. The ring shakes a little and falls, and the diamond fills and shatters as he gasps for breath. Vilfin and Xenora, you are back from the dead.
So Xenora wake up? Like, can she actually be awake?
Yes.
She's gonna turn her head. She's gonna look at Nate, see that it's sunny, and go, "Happy birthday, Xenophil." And then she's going to just bang.
And I feel like that might be a good place for us to take a break. Welcome back.
GG's.
Well done, everyone.
All right, I want to show you what I rolled. If I can see, you're not going to believe this.
Nope, can't see.
I know. I don't think you can either. Wait a minute. My camera's going to be really weird.
We can see it on stream, we just can't see it on Skype.
Yeah.
I got a 19 for Xenora
Ooh.
and a natural 20 for Vilfin.
That's that dwarven heavy metal, I tell you.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding. I almost thought I had 2 nat 20s there for a minute. I was like, what the? Those dice are good.
Keep those middle dice, Jesus Christ.
GG's. We're gonna take a brief break to breathe in and breathe out.
I need to pee. Be right back.
And pee. Use the little dwarf's forge.
Nervous pee.
We will be right back. We'll just come back and we'll talk to the chat while we wait. Hello, chat. We're just waiting on some people, some are fine. Error giving out stuffs. Thank you, Error. Trying to help the players.
Poor old Jax, 2 low rolls.
Oof. I was like, well, this isn't going.
Use chance for advantage, and my highest roll with a different dice for both people was 3.
I've had
That's
that.
nice trying to murder folks.
That's unreal, man.
I've come for Emily, and I will take everything.
Game's like, screw you guys. I can't res my family. You can't res yours.
Well done on the RP though, guys. 100%.
Oh, you missed a lot, Lithia. It's okay. We got a VOD on Twitch right after. You can watch it, what you missed. So, missed all the feels.
Yeah. I love the wrestling promo style. Radillac. That was awesome.
When I read that out to Mina, I cried so damn much.
I saw you
So
choking
damn
up.
much.
I think you were choking up. I think you just saw you choking up.
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
But full on sobbing like a... Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man.
See, if you guys started sobbing, you know I'd start sobbing like a baby. So I was like,
all three of you's RP hit me in the feels, so you did well. It was well done.
I was sitting there going, I've heard this, I'm glad I've heard this, because if I hadn't have heard this is Vilfin's going, I would have bawled my bloody eyes out. It's not fair. I am an ugly crier.
I'm just a crier all the time. No. All right, we are back. Yeah, we are back live now. So we're gonna get back into it.
I can make her undead now, and do we level up?
Yes, you did level up last time, yeah, but you guys were dead, so yeah, you level up. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
What level
And
are
are we resurrected with one hit point?
There are some little rules for the resurrection spell. I think it was some stuff you have to do for a long rest. It takes one off, so I'll look that up because I forgot to do that before stream. But
I'll restore with 1 HP, and that will.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it.
But all of you guys did not really rest yet because you did the seance and the stuff at night and then rushed here. So you are starting to get very tired. You guys see Xenora and Vilfin gasp for breath. So we will go from that moment in time as they gasp for breath. Marigold kneels down quickly to look at the ring. The ring is shattered as well, but not in the same way. And she's kind of preoccupied with that. Celicia is also one of the first people that both of you see, and she's been holding on to one of your hands or the other the whole time as she's touching Marigold. So you'll see her too, and I will turn it over to all of you.
Vilfin's not going to move. He'll take a deep breath in and just lie there, sort of blinking for a moment, sort of just taking everything in.
Xenora's, after she said happy birthday to Xenithor, she's going to look at Celicia and go, TX?
Nesting in a nest. We found our home, so... Oh, good.
Good. Oh, good. Yeah, okay.
She pets your hand, gives you a big hug. She second guesses it, and then she just goes for it and gives you a hug.
Xenora will very gently put her arm around her. As much as she can, probably.
Yeah. Marigold's going to slowly keel over and faint a little bit. Slumped on the wall. She is you don't know if she's exhausted or if it's just taken a lot out of her. She's holding the ring in her palm of her hand.
Ema will pull her into embrace, so she's going to fall against Ema.
Okay. Do you put her on one of the pews or anything and lay her down, or do you just hold her?
Well, lay her down where she can.
Okay.
Where he can.
Xenora's gonna sit up slowly.
Nate will offer to lean on.
Marigold. And I don't know if I can use any magical spells or anything, but I'd probably want to do something. Because I've got them. I haven't used them.
That's true. I would say at disadvantage because you would be coming back from death and you'd be pretty well exhausted. But she doesn't really need any healing or anything as such. She's just kind of passed out at the moment. She's still breathing.
I might try and get down and then just do guidance on her for whatever she needs to try and help her or anything like that, because I don't have any spells that would actually help with this. Just more guidance along her if she needs anything.
All right. Radlac, what did you do when you see this happen?
Radlac's like drying his eyes and wiping the snot from his nose. You know how when you ugly cry. He's like, I think Marigold will be all right. Ema's taken. Don't just you're alive. You're both.
Vilfin's gonna have a look of almost sadness on his face, like he's just left someone that he hasn't seen for a long, long time. Still unmoving, just lying there, looking up at everyone.
Xenora's gonna turn to Celicia and said, Leo says hi, your godfather.
Oh.
I think he wishes us well. But yeah, comforting. And he kind of, I don't know. It was nice to see him and nice to see him approve of the fact that we met.
He is a good druid, yes. Yeah. We all meet who we love eventually. That's what he says, but you know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Maybe the eggs will be blessed.
Hopefully.
And her frill goes up. I must talk to Hussein and Slosh and tell them you all are all right. They are guarding. So she gets up and moves for the door and goes outside. The chanting has ceased. It is starting to be day now as the dawn is coming through the windows with the Lathander symbols brushing across the floor. And you have the day. You can choose to rest or get things that you want to be taken care of. She did say you can meet at the docks whenever you feel up to it. So you can take the day to rest.
At this point, with the sun starting to sort of rise, Vilfin will sit up, albeit very slowly, and obviously exhausted.
Yes.
Will stand, turn, look down at the shield that was laid next to him. Kneel and just run his hand over the symbol work on the shield initially. And look up at Xanathor. Stand, walk to him and just hold out his hand. Not saying anything, just holding out.
Nate reciprocates very quickly.
Warrior's handshake, forearm to forearm. Vilfin's grip will be weak, but as firm as he can muster for his current state. he'll then turn and look at Radlac, who's probably still ugly crying at this point.
His cow nose.
And offer his left hand while still holding Xenithor's with his right in the same gesture. And then turn and look over at Emma, who is holding up Marigold, and muster as much of a smile as Vilfin can in this particular state at Emma, and give him a nod. And then he'll release his grip and turn and just walk out the door to where the first rays of the sunlight are hitting outside of the temple, and just drop to his knees.
All right.
So Nora's gonna see Vilfin do this and then kind of do the whole, oh shit, yeah.
You also have
She's-
a pouch in your hand, I believe, from Xenithor of sand.
I'll hold on to that. I'm going to move very carefully away from Nate, and I'm going to go up to Ema. I'm going to give him a big hug. I'm going to say, you are my family. You are my pride. I'm not going to go. We're going to find a way.
And we'll hug her back and just say thank you.
I'm going to walk over to Radalac, and I'm guessing the pipe is still there. I'm going to go up to Radalac. I'm going to get my bracer and just, the soft part of my bracer, and wipe away his tears and look at the pipe. You're giving us smoke, Radalac.
I mean, if you wanna give it back, I wouldn't say. And he's just gonna hug you.
She's going to give him a big hug back, and as she leans back, she's going to put the pipe in his mouth. And she's going to turn around and look at Nate, and look at the sand, and then look at Nate, and then look at the sand. Very curious. Thank you. I wasn't ready. I was fighting. I don't go down without fighting. And I didn't fight. I didn't like that.
It's not the Golden Claw way.
No. Got confirmation on something, no? Freezy's ear was taken by Leo. So, that was kind of fun. Why is it around his neck? I never saw that.
You know him better than what I do, so.
You're the one who introduced him to me. She's kind of the whole kitten thing, trying to work things out. Like, what do I say? There's a bag of sand. He hasn't told me what it is. She's not going to ask.
Well, I do believe he did I guess your Leo did describe it in Xenithor's voice, so technically probably you have an idea, but it could have been lost in the translation as well. So Marigold slowly wakes up and looks at Ema and says it was glass. Sue's husband gave her a glass ring. Oh, sorry. We need to have all of you rest. And she's slowly getting up. All of you need to rest.
And we'll help her up and sort of say, don't get up too quickly.
Vilfin's already snoring in the doorway in the sunlight.
Xenora's gonna look at Marigold and go, thank you. You have a beautiful face to follow.
Thank
you.
You can thank me now, Xenithor. She sounds exhausted. Well, you're gonna say?
Sorry.
I'm gonna go back to the camp and get some sleep, and maybe you should help Vilfin back to a tent. The floor's uncomfortable here.
Emma's going to help Marigold up with one hand, and then he's going to use healing word on both Xenora and Vilfin, which I'll just do that. Which is 6 for Xenora and 8 for Vilfin of healing damage.
Healing damage.
And then he's going to pick up Marigold in his arms and carry her.
Thank you, Emma.
Radlac will go and pick up Vilfin, and he'll look to the others. He's like, probably best not to tell him I did this. I feel like maybe he wouldn't approve. I'll just pick him up and head back.
Carrying Vilfin to camp like a little baby.
Xenora is going to try and walk out on her own.
Nate will collect whatever belongings that were left. Turns to... Sorry, I can't remember the gentleman's name that were helping, and those that came to chant.
Oh, Jack Torver, Mr. Torver. Yeah.
And just with a sad look on his face, he's just going to... He knows the price that has been paid. And he's just going to say, I know this may not be worth, but all I've got to say is thank you.
At that point, Xenora's going to actually take a proper look around and realize what has happened.
Yeah.
And she's going to bow her head to Peter, or whatever his name is.
Jack.
Jack. And then she's going to, anyone who was chanting outside the church, she's going to place her hands down like this and say thank you.
Yeah, you'll see the villagers, you'll see Jack leading them, you'll see Slosh and Hussein and the lizard folk who are suddenly there in town, which is new, and Marigold being carried by Emma and Vilfin being carried by Radlac. You see all these people that have come together, Griselda included, helping to make this happen for you guys. As you walk to the camp, Griselda has made sure that your tents and sleeping cots and everything are clean and fresh and laid out for you, with some bowls of soup and some water, so you guys have something to eat and didn't have to worry about rations, and everything's been taken care of by the people of Leylon for you all. The day, you can take your 8 hours. You two are going to be exhausted, so you will need a rest.
I think Xenora would probably be... Actually, no, she would do what she would be doing every morning. She's going to do, while everyone's in the tent, she's going to do the ritual cast of water breathing.
Mm-hmm.
on everyone. So again, another 24 hours of water breathing. Everyone has it. And if Griselda or Marigold are in proximity, she would make sure they have it.
Alrighty.
And then she's probably just gonna go, I'm gonna go to sleep now. And then she's gonna pass out.
With the morning light, Marigold may notice a flower start to grow out of the side of Ema's head. Being the fact that he's using both arms to carry her, can't pick it. He's going to take her to her tent and lay her down in her bed and make sure she's comfortable. And then he's going to sit next to the bed and eat the flower. And then curl up in a ball next to the bed. Go to sleep.
She's gonna pat you on the hand and go, Ema, you have lovely brown eyes. Did anyone ever tell you that? They almost look like a doe's eyes. She drifts off to sleep as you chew on your daisy. Does anyone else want to do anything? Because we can skip to the next day if you guys wish it, unless you have something you want to talk with each other about or do. We can say everyone gets a fair rest.
The only thing Nate's going to do before we all rest is make sure that everybody is accounted for and resting. Noticing that Ema isn't in the tent, he will go to Marigold just to check on Ema.
You see him sleeping next to Ema peacefully. You see him sleeping next to Marigold peacefully. A little stem sticking out.
And with that, he will then go to his bed.
You guys take it.
And just quietly whisper, "Thank you, Z."
Alright. You guys take your rest. So you have a long rest now under your belts. Like I said, I will look up and get you guys the information on the resurrection spells side effects. But until then, we go to our next day. As you awaken, during the day and the evening, you would have gotten up probably in the evening to have your dinners and gone through talking to people. It is a new day. Griselda had said when you could and you were rested to come and see her and the other council members. We'll do again anything you guys want to do.
Xenora will do the water breathing thing
Water
ritually again.
Vilfin, do you carry on your morning rituals as you used to?
No, he won't. On this next morning.
Next morning he does not.
In fact, Vilfin would probably stay in his tent unusually long.
Xenora would have gotten up expecting to see Vilfin for sparring as normal. Not seeing him, she's gonna go and see Vilfin. Vilfin, are you okay?
I am alright.
You're not out practicing.
And don't do it every day. Time for a break.
Vilfin, I've known you for a long time. It's very rare that you don't get up.
It's very rarely you nearly die too. It may take a few days to recover properly.
I had thought that for saving our lives, we owe the town a lot.
Indeed.
So, so, um,
You alright?
uh, I don't know. I didn't like how we went down. I
I mean, I
saw you
didn't.
go
I
down.
didn't even see what fucking hit me. To be fair, so I'm not entirely sure what fucking happened.
I
One
saw
minute I was standing there, next minute I was dead. So I'm not entirely sure.
I saw you go down, and the next minute I was dead.
The strange place I found myself in.
I get the feeling that that tower needs to be shut down.
No, it wasn't the tower's fault. I mean, the tower's just a building.
I mean the beacon.
Eh,
You remember the book?
I remember. Did we not set that dude free? Like free his spirit?
But we freed his spirit, and then we went down.
Well, I guess we'll have to look into it. Find out.
Did anyone get Galileo?
No fucking idea.
Oh, I hope they didn't leave him in the tower. That wouldn't be good.
I guess we'll find out eventually.
Radalac will stick his head in. Are you two gonna like hang out here for now? Like, you probably need a bit of rest.
Oh no, I'm
No.
fine. I just was taking a wee bit of a longer rest. I mean, death kind of takes it out of you. You know what I mean?
We'll be with you in a second, Radalac.
Okay, I'll be here.
I have to ask you something. Who's Mavina? You mentioned it when you were doing the sword.
I did. I remember. She's someone I knew a long time ago.
She sounded very special. She died?
I don't rightly know. She was better than me though, at that sort of stuff. I mean, I'm pretty good, but she was far better than me.
Yeah.
It's been a number of years since I've seen any of my kin, so I'm not sure if she lives or not.
Well, this kind of woke me up that perhaps we may need to start making sure we've got things in preparation. If there are people out there that give a shit, we should probably look at, I don't know, getting them information to them so that they know.
Yeah, this is not the divorce. We know fear death.
It's not about the death. It's about letting them know that we have died.
We have our ways of knowing.
Yet you don't know if Mavina is alive or dead.
It's true, but I'll know when she dies. I'm assuming she's alive. It is life. This is what life is all about, not knowing. That's what makes it exciting.
Exciting. Yeah. Anyway. And Xenora's still got that sandbag or bag of sand in her hand.
Yes.
I'm blaming him. And she's gonna just like have it, and she's put it on a piece of rope, and she's just gonna go to Vilfin. I think if there is anyone that we need to let know, if anything happens to us again, let me know, and she'll walk out.
Alright.
And
Vilfin will follow, grabbing his bits and pieces.
Grabbing his bits and pieces.
Grabbing his
Alright.
And then he's going to say loudly, "Which one of you bastards stole all my gold?" As he's checked his pack and found that all his gold is missing.
I've still got it all. It was a bit of a like collection. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to hand it over.
Right. Oh shite. Of course. Where did you get what we needed? From what I remember from back home, it was like fucking giant diamonds.
Called in a favor with the lizard folk. That's why they're in town. And a diamond that wasn't a diamond ring.
So what you're saying is we didn't have any money to buy diamonds. Right?
It wasn't that we didn't have the money to buy diamonds. There were no diamonds available. So I made a decision. And I stand by that decision. And I will defend my decision.
Well, no one's defending you, attacking you here, Nat. I mean, I'm just saying we need to maybe make sure we got some money in future, just in case. But I think we owe the town of Leylon a great debt. More so probably lizard folk for their contribution.
Indeed. We'll be finding out how we propose to pay that pretty soon, I imagine.
What are you telling us, Nate?
There's nothing I'm hiding, so if you want to ask me something, ask me something.
Your face, it changed from when Rylak said or was it Vilfin? I can't remember. Said about a great debt, your face changed. He was curious. Never mind.
Ever since we've walked into this town, we've been nothing but trouble. And now we've asked for their help to bring both of you back. And again, I will defend that decision.
Other than
It's what a leader will do. And if I have to fight Griselda tooth and nail, I will.
Oh, don't worry about the old Batlax. We'll deal with her. I know how to deal with dwarves. She'd be fine.
But
Brad looks around nervously to see if she's about.
Xenora's gonna put her head in her hands, but at the same time she's gonna be doing like really wispy movements like this. Like feel as if could be someone at her back. So she's gonna be doing this, making sure no one's like at her back.
Ema.
What I suggest though is maybe we look at giving some of, if not all of that gold to Marigold for her efforts, as she clearly, it took a lot out of her to do what she did.
oh, we're already indebted to her. We're required to build a house.
Well, that I
By
can do.
orders of Griselda.
I'd do that even without the fucking orders. She deserves nothing less. I could build her a house with my eyes closed. Fine stone house with thatched roof. Perfect. Whatever she wants. Least I can do for a priestess of Lathander after all.
Ema, when you wake up, you will find a bouquet of daisies next to you with a little bow. And that's all.
So look around. What's this for? I want to eat it in case it's not supposed to be eaten.
I figured you probably would. You'd be like, oh. Do you join the group when you,
Is Marigold still asleep?
She is not there. She has woken. Probably tended to the shrine. Doing things that need doing.
Ian would want to go to the shrine, but I'm sure to check on her. I'm assuming that second he stepped out of the tent, he ran into everyone else.
Probably, yeah. So you'll
maybe
see them talking.
Carrying the bouquet, just in case he's not supposed to eat it.
So you'll see Ema with a bouquet of daisies.
Oh, we've got some breakfast, Ema.
It was in the tent, so I'm not sure if it was for me or someone left it for Marigold, or I'm not sure if I'm supposed to eat it. I mean, I'm not sure if I should eat it.
So Marigold's not in a tent.
Maybe a town meeting? They always have town meetings in the morning, right?
If you don't mind, I know that you mentioned something about the docks, but I'd like to thank Marigold while she's conscious and unconscious again, if that's okay with you guys.
I'd like to see Marigold too, just to make sure she's good. I'm assuming she will have gone to the shrine to light 50 million candles.
Yeah, you'd know from her habits now that that's what they all go to the shrine in the morning. Those that believe in the Thander, and the children stay there while the others work in the town. So that's probably where she'll be.
Well, those who go to the shrine, go to the shrine. I'm going to go to the town meeting. I'm going to wait. That's where I'll be.
Radlac will go with Nate.
All right.
As will Vilfin.
All right. You guys you're probably all walking, talking, and traveling together because the shrine is on the way. So, we'll go.
Xenora just wants to go in, say thank you, and then go. That was all she was wanting to do.
So we'll go to the shrine real quick. She's in there talking to some people, thanking them. The morning ritual's over. As they're leaving, she's waving, and she sees both of you, and her face brightens. Feeling better.
Xenora's gonna go up and go, "Can I hug you?"
Sure. She raises her hands up.
So Xenora's actually gonna kneel down, give her a hug, and then whisper in her ear, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Of course, that's what I'm here to do.
And we will build you a lovely house.
Aw. I'm more interested in that apple tree. I always wanted to pick apples before I go to ritual, and just have one for the day. It's, I don't know, small things. Ema, you got my bouquet. You seem to like
Xenora's
them.
gonna get up and leave.
You seem to like them. So, you had them in your hair, and I thought,
Oh, I wasn't sure if they were for me or they were for you from one of the people.
Oh, no, I found them for you. And it's no trouble just to have a little stroll and pick some nice things. And I didn't know you could put them in a salad, but you seem to, I'll have to try that.
They're one of my favourite snacks.
Oh.
How are you doing? You seem very back to normal.
Oh, I'm a little sad about the ring. I don't know whether to tell Sue that it didn't work or not. I was going to use it. But you know what? some things just aren't meant to be. And that's okay. Sometimes, family passes away, and maybe it's just, we're just meant to go on without them. I mean, you're pretty young, so you probably never had anything like that happen to you, but it's kind of sad, but it's okay.
I was married, and I had a daughter, and they're all gone now. So I understand.
I was married too, and I had a daughter, and the ring was for her. But you know what? Seeing into what I saw, she's probably thinking that she's just happy as a bug in a rug with me off somewhere, so I don't want to bring her to a town of ruins anyway. She really liked apples. You mind if I try one of those daisies?
Sure. Is out of the bouquet, he pulls one for her and one for him.
Tries to eat it. It's really peppery.
I guess it's sort of a quiet taste.
Maybe. It's lovely. I think Griselda has some job for you towards Vandalin. If you see Sue, let her know everything's okay.
I will. My daughter had a child as well. He is still alive, so hopefully we'll get to see him again. I didn't want to bring him because I was afraid that he might get hurt. So maybe one day I'll introduce you. I'm sure he'd love you.
Oh, I love the children here. There's a lot of them, but one's great. Be great. So, yeah, you'll have to bring him by. What's his name?
Gary.
Ah.
Like Gary, but not quite.
Well, here, hang on. And she gets a little toy horse from the box of all the toys for the children. There. Give him one of those when you see him.
Are you sure? I mean, I think the children here need it more.
Oh, there's a fellow in the camp that makes little carvings for everyone, so it's fine.
Thank you. And he's gonna hug her, like, pretty much lift her off the ground.
Oh, you're very strong, Ema. Yeah, I didn't know you were such a strong ranger. I'm sure the group's very lucky to have you. You better get going. They're gonna, Griselda, she's best, yeah, you better get going.
Okay. Well, thank you for helping my friend. I truly appreciate it.
Of course. And she heads back in, gives a little wave, and you guys catch up at the town council. They're patching the roof still.
How much did Xenora hear?
It depends. Did you stand outside and wait? Or did you stand kind of way off to the side? Or did you kind of make your way down as you were leaving?
I kind of was at the back of the church. I would have been facing him. Doesn't mean that I would have seen any lips move or anything like that, though. So that's up to your discretion.
I'd say, depending on what Ema tone he talked in, she's probably just talking normal. Except the part where their daughter, she probably had a solemn tone, but you might have heard.
So maybe I would
probably
have
odds are
seen
you heard.
seen the sad face and the tone and heard daughter and that, see the word daughter maybe or something along those lines, right?
Yeah. You can always ask Ema do so.
Yeah, I was just wondering whether I'd actually ask Ema or not.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like perky and then kind of solemn and then waving goodbye, sharing a
Ema.
daisy.
Ema would have been speaking normally.
Yeah, there you go. So odds are, yeah, you would have heard.
Alright. And I don't know what Griselda said to the group, so
Um,
I can't even make a
She's
comment on it.
probably they're probably waiting in line because there's a lot of council matters. So you probably would have caught up as she's talking to Torver, who is trying to talk them into opening a general store. He's like talking with them, Griselda. I kind of want to put it on the west side of town so that when you come in, it's not right there, but it's a little. I call it like Torver's. I don't know, necessities. I don't know. I haven't thought of the name yet, but I really like the idea, and I could tell people all about Lathander, and she's like, a store is a good idea, but we don't need to preach about Lathander. That's what the shrine's for. I've already got 2 more people wanting a shrine to Tyr and Tymora, so we'll get your store underway, because we definitely need one, and probably a proper blacksmith. And he's nodding and saying he'll get all the papers together and give them to Haz. And then they talked to the sergeant about making the tower into kind of a barracks with levels for the soldiers and revamping it. And then you guys are next in line as she sees you all together. She's going to say, how are you all feeling? It's good to see you all together again. Hello, Radalek. Looking nice as ever. I have some jobs that are available for you. Could possibly make you some extra gold as well as the town. If you're interested in going towards Phandalin.
Actually, yeah, I would like that.
Yeah.
And she's looking at Nate. But Marigold needs a home.
Marigold does need a home. And I have some people getting the supplies to build that home, which is where you also will come in. We need some wagons, some horses. I have a list here. Some holy water for the shrines, from the shrine of Talmora to here. We need some food supplies and some kegs. All of this stuff is at all of the shops in Phandalin. You could get horses from Lyneen Greywind. Talk to Harbin Wester about some supplies. I think he still runs a place up there. Wagons and cart you can get from Halia Thornton. But the catch is you're going to be taking a 7-day journey, because you're going to be escorting a very large herd of giant goats.
Yes, I mean, we will.
Ema, you can talk to him, right, still?
I can.
Good. We should be okay, right?
I think you guys will be fine. I mean, there's stuff on the way. You've walked from Phandalin to here. It's you always run into stuff maybe on the way, but you're going to be leading an expert herder, cutest little gnome, Pinch. What's her name again? And Valdi's like, Pinchwit Wigglehoof. You will be leading her and her giant goats. Quite a sight to see. Tiny versus humongous. But she seems to have a way with them. The more goats you get there, the more profit. Barthen has already made a deal for goat's milk, cheese, hide, things like that. So we need all of them to get there. Most of them that you can. And we'll give you this list of supplies to pick up with the profits. Anything extra you can keep for yourselves, to repay or to keep. However, I don't know if you'll be up for this task. Are you sure you're ready? It's a long journey. Do you know anyone on the way you can stay at?
Dwarf is always ready. You know that.
I know of a farm we could stay at.
The wayside, inn, yeah.
Ema, you said a farm. There are several farms on the way. You know of a farm. You could stay there. I hope they wouldn't mind goats. Large goats.
Oh, I'm sure they'd be very interested to see giant goats.
All right, well, I'll have the list here, and he passes you the list, which I will give you guys in a minute.
Would you mind if we perhaps start this journey tomorrow? I would like to give Griselda, yourself, and Marigold a gift, if that's okay. Since I won't be needing to do it, perhaps I can give you guys some water breathing. It's a bit of protection. I know it's not much, but it's all I have to offer since we owe Marigold so much.
Well, I perhaps discuss it amongst yourselves and get back to us. You can meet Pinchwit at the camp and let her know what you'll be doing so she can gather her goats up to get started. How's that?
Yeah, and it gives Vilfin and myself time to get a bit of recuperation. I'd feel a bit. I know that Ema is wonderful with animals, and I'm not horrible at it. But well, obviously. But I feel that after everything we've gone through, it might be a bit taxing to do it the day after.
All right.
If that's all right.
And Galileo,
Oh,
everything
yes,
happened
Galileo. Is he
fast.
okay?
Griselda speaks.
I saw him go down as I went down.
Yeah, he has been taken care of and is back to his old self. He's been resting, finally, and has seemed to make some sense of this code. I don't know what he's talking about, but wants to put up a barracks on the lower levels, and Galileo has got plans for the upper levels to redo it.
Just out of curiosity, perhaps put a something around the beacon or protection around the beacon. I feel like that might be so nothing can come out of it.
Yes. I'm not sure. I have to talk more with Galileo about his plans. He's got plans from Lord Neverember himself. Mine are to make the town, and his are of a different nature, so.
I realize that, but that beacon was what destroyed the town the last time. We've read that in the diaries. It's dangerous. I feel like there needs to be someone, more than one, at least, to be able to keep it safe. I don't feel like it is a one-person task.
Perhaps.
And I'm definitely not. I know I'm not capable of it.
That's not our problem.
I know, but I'm trying to keep the town safe.
Perhaps Leylon will learn from its mistakes. But all of you have got your hands full with this job. Personally, I'd hate hurting goats. But, Pinchwit's a lovely storyteller, so you might find you'll have a nice, relaxing time of it. Time to think.
Don't tell me
Don't
she's
have
a
a
fucking
harmonica.
bard.
No,
Please don't.
she's a gnome herder. She doesn't have another occupation. She just herds goats.
Hopefully not with a harmonica.
No. Goats don't like that. Silly has tried. Goats hate that. It didn't end well for her. Anyway, here's your list. Try and stick to that list. If they don't have what you're looking for, get as close as you can to it. And report back here. With hopefully the wagons and the cart. Should be enough of you to take. We have 2 wagons, 2 carts. You guys should manage it. Alright. If that's all, I'll see you when you get back.
Okay. We won't take up more of your time.
It's fine. And Valdi nods to you and smiles and pushes some different papers in front of Griselda as you guys make your way out. The day is yours. You wanted to leave. Well, it's up to you to discuss when you want to leave. I'll leave it to you guys.
I can see why they call her Growler now. It's pretty obvious. You're cranky old bitch, aren't you? I'm not like that, am I? I mean, we're both dwarfs and everything. I mean, I'm no grouchy, am I?
No.
Didn't you
I
think
mean-
so? I'm a likable chap.
Please run.
I mean,
Rattle.
oh my god, yeah.
Are you trying to roll deception or persuasion if you're...
Vilfin believes him. He's not worried about whether he's
Well, you
lying
don't have
to
to
him or
roll
not.
inside. Okay. He believes you, so you don't have to roll. You're good.
Vilfin's
I
like,
did roll.
yeah, I'm a likable chap. Can you see
I mean,
it?
that's true. He's not lying about that.
Maybe dying might make me a little more cheerful, possibly. Never know. Probably not, but as long as I got something to hit later, I'll be fine.
Xenora
That
took
reminds me. Nah, you owe me a drink.
That I do.
Oh yeah, drink sounds good.
It was weird. I heard every one of you. Strange. It's hard to explain, but you were there and you weren't there at the same time. But I heard you. And of course, someone said something about setting fire to my beard, which I wasn't happy about. But God knows that's happened already. It don't need to be happening again. But I remember the drink, and I'm not entirely sure why you owe me a drink, but I'll take it.
Well, next time when we find somewhere to drink,
Of
It's
course,
on
I've
me.
run out of wine, so yeah, we'll have to find a tavern or something. We don't have one here yet. It's odd. A town with no tavern. Doesn't sit right.
I mean, the town is in ruins. They probably haven't had a chance to rebuild.
Yeah. Better add that to the list of things to do.
Aye.
Xenora's gonna leap her actually no, before she does that, she's going to grab the sandbag and put it around Nate's neck. Like as a talisman. And then she's going to put her arm through his. You know who else I saw in that vision thing? And why I want so badly to go to Phandalin. I saw Thea. In my death, I need to know she's okay. I want to
Fine.
make sure she's okay.
Fine.
you gonna tell her about this?
That's your story to tell. However, if I am asked, I'm not going to be guaranteed not to say anything. But I'm not going to say, I am not going to initiate that conversation.
No. And she's gonna shoulder bump him and say, thank you. Thank you.
So, what are we doing?
I think we should go check on Galileo in the tower, and maybe like pick up our spirits a bit. Like, I know there's a lot ahead of us and a lot's happened, but we're all here together, and that's great, right? It's great, right? Sort of aggressively. Like,
Right. I got something I need to do. I'll be about maybe a couple of hours before I meet. I'll meet you back at the camp. Got an idea.
awesome. I'm gonna go to the tower if anyone wants to come with me.
Xenora does not want to go to the tower.
Yeah, that's fair. And Radlac will just start heading over.
Like
Vilfin heads into the center of town.
in the center of town. Zenithornima. Where are you going? Standing still?
Who's going to the tower?
Radlac is.
Oh, company rabbit.
Zenithor, what do you want to do?
Knight actually will go down to the docks and see if he can take one of those barges over to the island.
Oh. All right. And Xenora, you do not want to go to the tower. Where would you like to go?
Do you tell Xenora that that's what you're gonna do?
Nope.
Xenora is kind of at a loss of what to do.
All right, I will help you there. You see, walking toward the outskirts of town, Hussein, Shlosh, and Cilicia starting to head, kind of like they're getting ready to go home.
Bolting.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
We have a 4-way split. Yay! All right. We're going to go to the first people, Radlac and Emma. As you get to the tower, you look up, and on the ledge right here, you see the form of a woman and the form of a dwarf with a lute and a cigar in his mouth. They both give you the warrior's hand on the chest and bow and fade away.
Radlac will do it back.
Emma will wave.
As you are at the foot of the tower, do you go up into the tower, or what are you choosing to do?
Radlac's gonna hang around out the front and then probably just yell out for Galileo. Galileo, are you up and about?
Loudly?
So-
I'm assuming loudly. One of the guards comes out, because you'd see several working in the scaffolding and things like that, and patrolling. Hey, what's this about?
I just wanted to see Galileo if he's up and about yet. Is it safe to go in here? Like,
yeah, it's safe. I mean, I'm here. That's saying something. So.
Okay. Emma, do you want to? Should we go inside? You reckon we'd be?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, you're a cleric. We'll be right. Yeah.
And we
All right. Then we'll go in and try and find Galileo, assuming he's even in there.
Go up and you check on Galileo. He is in his normal study, his little study he's made, but he looks a lot, no dark circles under his eyes, a lot brighter. Oh, hi.
I thought we should come and check on you. I'm sorry we left you in like such a hurry. Hopefully, everything's okay. You're doing okay.
No. They're all good. All good. I mean, it was pretty scary, whatever the heck those monstrosities were, but I'm very interesting specimens.
I don't want to see or not see those things ever again.
Really? I mean, I feel like to better defend against them, we should probably kind of take some samples or maybe look at the bodies and see how we can defend against them in the future. Don't you think?
I mean, that's probably not my area, but it sounds like something a smart person would do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a renewed interest in this. I mean, if he brought those from another plane and studied them, perhaps we could better defend Leyland. I want to thank you guys both for, and tell your friends too, thank you so much for saving the tower and helping us from another disaster.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, if you're excited, then, I'm excited for you. Hopefully it'll...
You look excited.
Yeah.
I don't... It's,
No?
No sarcasm.
Yeah, no.
But, okay, yeah. It's
I'll try harder next time.
And you should get some shoes on. It's very dangerous.
I like to feel the mud between my toes.
Yeah. Just don't step in the dog mud. That's not good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything to really to give you, but if you ever have anything that needs detecting magic or anything like that, I can help you out with it.
Cool. Yeah. Well, we should probably go. Are we finished here, Amy, you reckon?
Yes. He looks happy and good.
Yeah. We could head to the shrine if you like. I know you like it there. Maybe wait for the others there. Maybe they'll come look for us.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll come looking for us somewhere. I don't know where they'll be.
To the shrine? Alright. Vilfin!
We're just waving goodbye.
You wave him bye? Yeah, let's head to the shrine. Vilfin!
Yes.
Center of town. I'm assuming you meant here, maybe? The town square?
I'm heading for the blacksmith.
Alright.
To we'll find a blacksmith. I'm assuming there's only the one that I've been told about, so...
Yes. You see a tall, dark-haired human there, but as you get closer, there are several makes of shields and hammers of the extraordinarily finest quality, like Zenithor's shield had. She's hammering away, and she turns and says, "Hello."
Hey, hello. I was wondering if it's a little bit forward, but I'm a blacksmith myself. I was wondering if I could borrow your forge for a couple of hours. I know it's a bit weird, but I need to do something kind of personal.
You're gonna do something personal with my forge. Just, if someone asked you that, would you say yes?
Look, I got these things, and I take off the gauntlets with the braces on them. I say, right, I want to add it's like a little thing, kind of like, have you seen a lion or a tiger or something like those beasties with the claws? They got a sharp thing. Gnolls have them too, like sharp claws.
Oh yeah.
Scratch your face off in a fight if you get too close. I kind of want to add that to these, just not big ones, just little ones, just to make him look like more like a cat's paw, if you will.
Like baby manticore claws or something.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I'd rather do it myself. I mean, I am skilled. You see, you didn't make those, still, did you? They're not yours.
No, I'm an apprentice. She's out, but
So it's fine work.
She's very good.
I can do stuff kind of like that, not quite as detailed, but I mean, I'm a dwarf. It's my life. It's what I do. So I mean, if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, I'd have to probably ask her. She'd probably be against just sharing the forge. If you,
I'd be willing to wait if you wouldn't mind.
well, she is supposed to bring dinner. But that's later on. If you can wait a few hours, I don't know how long you have.
We're heading. I think we're heading out in the morning to go back to Fandolin for a bit and then come on back. I'd really like to get it done tonight if I can.
How about if I go get her, and
I don't mean to be any trouble, but I'm kind of in a bit of a not really a rush, but a little bit, if you know what I mean. It's confusing, I know. I died yesterday. I'm not having it. Yeah, it's weird, to say the least.
okay.
Do you know where you can get a drink on here?
You need one, clearly.
I do. Yeah.
How about you go, and I will go find, ask permission, and I'll be back here in about an hour.
All right. Is there any way you can get a drink on here? There's no tavern, I know that. Anyone sell wine or ale
Griselda
or
hides
meats?
some whiskey under her table, but probably at the outskirts of the camp, they have a little kind of circle campfire where they kind of sit and tell tales and drink until we get a pub going.
Oh, well, I'll do. Yeah, it'll take me about an hour or so. I'll be back. Again, sorry, it's a bit weird, I know, but hopefully your boss will understand.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. And
as he turns and walks, he's just gonna, again, almost do a double take on the shields and the hammers, just pausing, taking a little bit more notice of the work.
all right. We will move toward the barge yards. As you go to the barge yards, I forgot the name of the lady that works there. She's there, and she nods at you, Xenathor, and nods you to come over. You looking to go fishing?
I'm looking to go over to the island.
Oh. All right. Well, you don't need a barge for that. One of these guys could lend you the fishing flat to go over. Costs you nothing. It's pretty shallow from here to there.
That
And
sounds fine, thank you.
she waves to one of the people and gives them talking to, and he gives you the raft.
If anyone's looking for me, you just let them know that I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. So if they ask for you, what's your name?
Nate.
Nate. All right. I'll let them know if they come asking.
Thank you.
Alright. You take the flat boat over to the Idle Island, as they like to call it. There is a certain kind of eerie feeling to this place. I have a map for it. As you get there, you see several crumbled statues kind of arranged like they once had a meaning. The water's gently lapping on the shores as you get off the flat, and make sure
I'll make sure it's secured
secured.
first.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Are you heading towards the middle? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. As I'm walking towards it, not being in outside of the Pride Lands and dealing with all of what has been going on. First time Nate's questioning himself about, you know, his worth. Seeing that, you know, we could have walked away when Griselda asked us to help with the initial defense, and then, you know, this just basically all the decisions that have been going on over the last few days, it's just gotten that rattle. It's kind of like, these people don't appreciate us. Yeah, and then he's thinking to himself, so, I can't stand by and let them walk over us like that. And just going over through the statues and just running his paw over each one of them as he's going around, and you know, the understanding of the disappointment of leaving Galileo unconscious, and he's gone, don't they understand we had 2 of our own down? He was fine.
You're walking around, you're touching the statues, you're starting to feel a little drowsy. You're thinking more to yourself. Are you talking to yourself, or are you just thinking it in your head?
No, he's talking
out
to
loud.
himself, yes.
You brush against the other statue, feeling a little bit more sleepy. Maybe it's the stresses on your mind, the tension you're feeling. They don't realize the worth that all of you are doing for them, and you kind of start to feel this pull to sit down and just kind of take a brief rest and close your eyes.
He's not going to fight.
Okay, so I don't have to roll.
He's feeling, like, in himself, he's feeling mentally tired.
All right. As you sit towards the center, or wherever you're going to sit, you start to drift off to sleep and see in your mind swirling storm clouds of black with thunder and a low laughter of the storm god swirling over Leilan. You see a ship made of bones, a galleon, drifting on the black waters. Then it flashes to a glowing statue of a dwarf standing in a canyon. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me. And as you make it, you start to see a bronze dragon, once majestic and good, holding her head, laughing insanely at a window clouding over with blackness that she's looking out of.
That's a 12 on the saving throw.
12. As you fall asleep for about a half an hour, you hear Tyr saying, they will know fear. They will see your worth. Those against you, Talos, will know fear. Time will come. and you wake up and you gain an inspiration. It feels like time
Noted.
really hasn't gone by too much. It's still the same sun in the sky in the same spot, so it hasn't been too long. And you feel like those were actual visions instead of just dreams.
Being a bit confused as hearing Tyr once again. He looks at his arm, even though it's covered in his armor where his tenants are. I need to get stronger. I need to get better. They will know the fear that will come at them like a storm. And that storm will engulf them all until there's no one left standing. And he will stand up. I take it that need to sleep, it's all like it's gone. I'm sort of fully,
Power nap. You rest. You feel rejuvenated, inspired.
Still not understanding what has just occurred, but at the same time sort of understands that his time here for now is at least done. Before he leaves, he looks at one of the statues, and with the vision of the dwarf, did he recognize any of the facial features of the dwarf? Or can he make them out so that if he potentially sees it again?
You probably could recognize the features in your vision if you're looking at these statues with your perception. None of these fit the one in your vision. So they don't seem to be any of these statues that are broken.
Okay. So he will, as obviously part of his, being a leader and being part in the military, he will put that in his memory so that it is hopefully something that will, if he sees something similar, he'll be able to recall it.
Right.
Taking a look around one last time, slowly backing away, he goes back to the flat, unsecure it, and head back to town.
All right. We will move to Xenora. You see Hussein / 2 guards in Silesia. They are walking out of town. The townsfolk seem to be a little bit more welcoming to them. Now they kind of look like they're used to them. They are headed for these gates, and you catch up to them. The guards know you, so they turn. They don't have their fill up or anything. They seem relaxed.
So Nora's going to nod to the guards, and she's going to go up to Celicia and say, "Thank you. Two things. They got the diamonds off of you." And she's going to go into her pack, and she's got 3 of the dragon's teeth that are still in there. She's got no gold, but she knows she's still got the She's gonna look at him. She's going to give one to Hussein and one to Silesia. And she's gonna go, I need this one, but I will try and get you. I have some more scales. They're just not with me at the moment. I will go get you more scales. I know it's not the same as diamonds. And I feel like I need to get more. But thank you. I will repay.
Go ahead.
What was said? Why is Nate distant?
Hussein speaks up and he has mentioned there is no need to get more dragon parts. Griselda has arranged to get some wood and supplies from another place to help with our home. So, we are going to rebuild our home too.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
You will come.
And Xenora's gonna kind of figure out what's happened, that we now owe Griselda, not them.
Because we don't know, yeah.
Yep. Thank you. I'm looking forward to being. I look forward to being a godmother. I was scared, and Leo made it so I wasn't scared anymore. I know it's weird, but thank you very much. I'm going to, and she's gonna slowly walk him out a little bit of the gates,
Walking and talking.
with them, until it gets to a point where she's got to go back. She's going to give Celicia a massive hug, and she's going to look at Hussein as if to say, can I hug you too, or is that not allowed?
Slash is like, no. But Hussein pats you on the hand, and death makes people pause, and some people it makes call into action. Your brother, he is probably dealing with one or the other, so maybe you all are. You just let him go in his way.
I do. He kinda nicked off. And I've been worried. He hasn't been talking. And I understand. I remember... Yeah. As impulsive as I am, I do think about things.
Lions that I know in the jungle, they sit back and stalk their prey and watch. They don't rush out quickly. Maybe be more like a lion.
I have a question, an odd question. Do you happen to have a carving kit?
Carving kit. We have a knife. I don't have carving kit.
Maybe a knife would work. And she's gonna rummage around in her pack for a swap.
Okay.
She goes, I'll give me a moment. And she's going to get out the pot of honey that she has in her pack.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say, I know it probably isn't worth the knife, but some honey. And it's a reasonably large, I think it was a large one that I got from,
Yep.
yeah.
Butterskull. I think.
No, Sue.
Oh,
I asked for a random amount of ingredients.
Slosh looks through his stuff and nods to Hussein and gives you a sharp little kind of a fillet knife for fish.
Thank you. I have something I want to do before I meet up with my brother. And she's going to give Celicia another big hug. Be safe.
We will let you know when eggs are ready. Look for powdered smoke in sky. We will be by the road where it's coming from.
Thank you very much. I will. And I can't wait. And I'm going to go back to the actual camp. And I'm going to get that dragon tooth and the knife. And I'm going to start carving as much as I can into the dragon tooth if I can.
Okay. We'll get back to that one.
Yeah, I thought we might.
Vilfin, about an hour, we'll say an hour, because half an hour for Zenithor's nap and all this stuff going on. Does anyone else have anything they want to do before I go to Vilfin? That'd be good? Okay. Vilfin, you have been drinking at the camp with several of the villagers. Do you drink a little bit, or?
Oh yeah, just
a
not
little?
too much. Enough to wet the whistle because he wants to do some work so he doesn't get drunk. If he's going to be playing with tools and fire.
All right. And as you're drinking and you're starting to get up, you smell something. I need you to make... Would it be insight or investigation to smell something, you think?
Perception.
Perception?
That... The 15 plus 2, 17.
You know that smell. You smelt it when you were in the ether. The best boar stew you've ever smelt. There's only one boar stew like that. It's coming from somewhere in this camp.
Vilfin would just start nose in the air, start sniffing it out. almost like a puppy. Like...
Fire off to where the other fires are. You see where the source is coming from, and you see the blacksmith bent over, kind of waving her hands and talking and gesturing, and then she sees you and she points, and this dwarven woman with a beautiful long red braid turns to look at you. And that is where we're going to end our session.
I knew you were going to do that.
Of course you did. We all knew it.
Damn it.
Before more technical difficulties come.
Fair call, fair call.
All right. The team is all back together after 2 weeks of waiting.
Pardon me.
We will go around. We'll go around to Red Lake.
All of it was so good. The simplicity of Ema's beseechment, the complexity of Nate's. But my favorite bit, and it's probably for what it might mean in the future, is the way Nate responded to everything that's happened and how Radlac is about it, and I can't wait to see how that meshes. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes, the after effects of the whole situation.
So yeah, that was very good. Well done, Magic.
Ema.
I had a few. The whole event, like the whole casting, the way you described it and the way everyone spoke on it, that's definitely the highlight for the night.
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff just sort of went in there. And one other thing is the noise that Xenora made when you said you were going to make a roll.
No, I saw that.
I'm going to make a roll, and it's like, eep.
It's coming.
I'll leave it there.
Zenithor Nate.
I've got two. So the standout one for me was Vilfin's decision when he was when he was given to whether he was going to stay or whether he goes. I'm just going, what? I mean, is this going to happen? Like, I'm sitting here, I'm just going, no way. Because part of me honestly thought he was going to stay.
I did too.
Did I do
I honestly thought, yeah. But the turning point for Nate was Griselda saying, pull your head over your asses about Talos' uprising. That's the moment for Nate.
Good old Griselda. Had a great comeback for the guards that were looking bad at and I didn't use it, and I'll have to tell you guys later. But Xenora.
I like the fact that you use the swords of Leilon as anchor points for either or, and I'm not sure whether Xenora actually saw her, but she's definitely seen the painting.
Yeah.
And the whole sitting there, you cut from me to Vilfin, and then you said his little spiel, and I went, oh shit, I failed the roll, I failed the roll, I failed the roll.
I knew you were thinking that too. I was like, oh shit. Well, we'll get back to her. She'll be fine.
But
well done.
Yeah. My biggest, actually, my favorite part about the whole thing was Marigold. I loved it, and the fact that she was given a glass diamond, and that's part of the reason why I'm asking. I'm like, at this point, if Xenora has any clue, she's going to want to get a diamond for Marigold. If nothing else, that's what she's going to want to do. And I mean, I know this sounds horrible, but at the moment it's screw the town, she wants to help Marigold.
Then I did my job making you feel things. Vilfin.
Firstly and foremost, a big thank you and big ups to the DM for the portrayal of the resurrection scene, firstly, because I haven't been able to do it yet in my campaigns, and you did such a great job with it. The audio you chose, your description of what was happening, and then obviously, again, Grim, Magic, and Drax, your guys, what you chose to say to each character to implore their souls to remain in the material plane, remain with the body, and come back. It was emotional on all levels across the board. I mean, it was very, very well done. And again, congratulations to you guys for that RP. That was the whole standout moment for me, was that resurrection scene, that whole thing from start to finish. And obviously, I had sort of discussed it with Yanti prior, that there was a possibility that Vilfin would not choose to come back, based on what was said, and ultimately based on a odds evens dice roll. So I'll let the dice decide in the end. But my description of it was totally off the cuff in the moment, and I'm glad it worked well. So
I am impressed with each of your offerings, even Ima's. It was very well done and worth the thinking out that you guys did to do it. And just because the dice didn't roll in your favor, Drax, I feel like what you said was very, very good. And also Xenora and sorry, my dog's being a jerk. Xenora and Vilfin's coming back from that and feeling the feelings they had based on what was said to them and what was said by the loved ones they cared about. Was very believable and impactful. So well done.
And just on a little side note, I've just had a quick look at Zoom. Apparently, Zoom has introduced NDI support into their application, so I'm going to have a look at that, do some testing to see if it'll work the way that I want it to work, and we may switch over to Zoom instead of Skype.
Yeah.
If it works better than Skype currently does.
We might be needing. I might be needing to get off the Snapcam somehow. And
yeah, I think
switch
Snapcam
to...
definitely has issues with you. It's
it's not good.
Yeah, it's weird that it keeps crashing continually.
Do something about that.
Yeah.
Love the simplicity of EMAs. Yeah, it was all EMA. And next mission we will have more insight, hopefully, into EMA and his backstory if we get a chance. And I like how Marigold and Emma are getting along. That was kind of very touching with the sharing a lunch together.
A little bit of a romance blossoming there, I think.
I don't know, maybe.
Emma? Marigold was definitely a little flirtatious.
All right, so join us on Evil's channel on Sunday. Well, I mean, we're probably going to do some Ark, maybe some more from Ark, probably, with the gang tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there for some arcing.
I would like to stream, like, all of us in the Ark getting together and going exploring. So I found some caves, but I didn't want to go further in because I wanted us to do it all together and stream.
I'm almost ready for flying, so...
See if we can get error in and all gang up and not die.
I just need a pterodon saddle and I'm good. I'm pretty close.
I can make them.
I'm like one level away, I think.
And then Sunday, our season finale with most of the people here for Vampires of Melbourne, Vampire the Masquerade.
Definitely. So yeah, the only person who'll be missing, unfortunately, will be Magic due to IRL commitments.
Yeah.
But it'll be the season finale based on where we left off last week, and then we will be doing the following Sunday my mini campaign. So be there for that. Magic will be there for that. JJ Beats will be there. Grim, Drax, Baz will all be there. Cameron and Nutty will be playing a small part at the start of that as well. So definitely come along for that. It'll be two or three or four sessions. We don't know yet. It'll just put a bit of a break in between the VTM stuff, and then we'll come back with a new season of Vampire Masquerade, and hopefully some more vampire antics will ensue.
Oh, it's gonna be nice. So, yeah, we get to see JJ and everybody. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, should be cool. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, that's it for us. I will piece all these little pieces together into a VOD now for everyone on YouTube. And we will catch you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. I could have...